We want to talk today a topic called finding favor in marriage. Finding favor. Favor. How do you find favor in marriage? How do you find favor in life generally? And then how do you find favor in marriage? How do you find favor with Almighty Allah? What is favor? What does it mean? And what's it all about? We will look at that, inshallah, in an attempt to let us appreciate the favor of Almighty Allah on each and every one of us. Firstly, we should understand that everything is in due measure and proportion. Allah is the one who has created everything. Sabbihisma rabbikal a'la alladhi khalaqa fasawwa walladhi qaddara fahada. Four things. Allah says, Sabbihisma rabbikal a'la. Glory be the name of your Lord, the exalted, the greatest, the almighty. Alladhi khalaqa, the one that creates, fasawwa, and he makes everything to be in proportion. Walladhi qaddara, and the one that has put everything in order, fahada, and that is qaddara. He has the one who has designed or decreed how everything will be. Fahada, and the one that guides things the way they are supposed to go. Those four qualities, those four attributes, they are so great such that the person needs to study them and understand them very well for you to see the wonders in the creation of Almighty Allah. So Allah has given different levels of opportunities to people. Allah has allotted different gifts to people, different talents, different grace. Allah has given us different abilities. Allah has given us different wealth, different intelligence, as well as what people generally refer to as luck. Allah has given us different luck. L-U-C-K, luck. How many people here believe in luck, that somebody can be lucky? You believe that somebody can be lucky? Yes, is there luck? Is it luck you call it, or destiny? Which one is more appropriate? Which one will you prefer? Destiny. Okay, you prefer to say destiny. Okay. For some, this destiny is a temporary test, meaning that something will happen to them, but it is temporarily. And for some others, it's a permanent destiny. There are temporary tests and there are permanent destiny. For some others too, so many things happen and it is beyond their control, while some others can simply make little efforts and adjustments. They can have some determination and change their strategies to win the battles of life. Some people only need efforts. They only need just to try a little and everything will fall in place. And the person who knows that he should try is somebody that Allah has guided aright. In some cases, finding ourselves wherever we are could be due to our own negligence. Sometimes we are the ones guilty. We may be negligent. We may be ignorant. Sometimes it is lack of guidance. Nobody told us the right thing to do. Sometimes it is our own personal avoidance of change. And sometimes it's our general mindset. This is just what we believe. And that is the way we live our lives. Sometimes it is the way we grew up. Some of our people or our elders may have made us understand that some things are supposed to be the way they are and there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes we are made to believe that whatever is going to be is going to be, whatever will never be will never be, no matter how much you try. And sometimes we have been made to understand that the best thing is for you to just accept any situation, any circumstance you find yourself, just accept. If you don't accept, you will suffer. There's an irony, there is a confusion in the minds of the people. Sometimes they will say, accept, that's where Allah wants it. Sometimes they will say, why are you lazy? Why are you not making effort? What is the difference? Which one should we follow? Should you just accept as it is? Or should you still make effort regardless? Regardless. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Allahu Akbar Kabira. May Allah have mercy on us. The proportion in which or through which Allah has made everything in place, they come in different ways and they come in different forms. I want you to check Quran chapter 82, verses 6 to 8, where Allah says, Ya ayyuhal insan, ma garraka bi rabbikal karim. O you mankind, what has made you to be careless about your Lord, the most generous? Alladhi khalaqaka, the one that has created you, fasawwaka fa'adalaka. He fashioned you and he perfected you. He gave you due proportion. Fi ayyi surati ma sha'a rakabak, and in whatever form he will, he put you together in the form that he will. That means whatever form you find yourself now, that is how you have been designed. And that's how you have been wired. And you have to accept it like that. How do we understand this? In what way are we going to understand these things? One of such ways we can understand this is that there is this term of proportion. That means there's proportion in whatever we have been given as shares of Allah's gift, either tangibly or intangibly. Some lack what others have in abundance, something that you are going to sweat before you get. Some other people get it at the snap of their fingers. Just as you cannot have it all, you can also not lack it all. There are certain things you have that somebody else do not have. It's just a matter of proportion. For example, Imam Ahmad recorded that Abu Dhar, may Allah be pleased with him, said, the Messenger of Allah said in one hadith, listen to this hadith, you will learn from it. He said, the Prophet said, Inna Allah ta'ala yaqul, Allah the exalted in might normally says, he says, Ya ibadi, O you my slaves, my servants, kullukum mudhnibun illa man afait. All of you are sinners except those that are protected from sin. Fastaghfiruni, seek my forgiveness. Aghfir lakum, so that I can forgive you. Wa kullukum fakirun, and all of you are poor. Illa man aghnaytu, except the one that I've enriched. Inni jawadun, because indeed I am most generous. Wajidun, I am majestic. Af'alu ma asha, I do everything I want the way I want it. Allahu Akbar kabira. Atani kalamun, my giving to somebody is a word. I will just say, have it, and the person has it. Be rich, and the person becomes rich. I will say, I've given you, and the person will get it. And wa'adhabi kalamun, and my punishment is just one word. Allahu Akbar. Idha aradtu shay'an, anytime I desire to do something, anytime I want to do something, fa innama aqulu lahu kun fayakun. I just say to it, be, and it is. Allahu Akbar kabira. Allahu Akbar. What is this? What should we understand from this? Part of what we should understand is that Allah says, this is the one I really want us to use. Wa kullukum fakirun, all of you are poor. Illa man aghnayt, except whoever I have enriched. In other words, it means by default, all of you lack. The difference is in what I've given. For some, I've given little. To some, I've given plenty. But by default, you are all poor. In other words, poverty or fakru. Fakru, fa'un, qafun, and ra'un. Fakrun means lack of what is needed. And in another sense, everything other than Allah is considered poor because everything is in need of the grace of Almighty Allah. Even for our existence, we need the grace of Allah. And this is called absolute poverty. We are all poor before Almighty Allah. Antumul fuqara, all of you are poor. Wallahu al-ghani, and Allah is the one that is rich. He is the only one that has. We all lack, and we don't have at all. Then, here we are looking at two types of poverty now. There's the absolute poverty, which means all of us, we don't have except whatever Allah has given to us, and there's the relative poverty. That one is the one where somebody has, somebody doesn't have, and so we say this is relative. What you think you don't have, well, another person has, sort of. And you cannot say you don't have at all because Allah has given to each and every one in certain proportions. Why am I talking about this poverty thing? I'm talking about it because it's one of the signals for us to see how Allah apportions things to people. And it's part of the signals for us to see whether the person that is poor or the person that is rich, whether Allah is trying to favor one above the other in any form. Now, looking at the poverty now, the poor people are of several types. In fact, there are about 5 types of poor people. Number 1, we have the Zahid. Zahid, the abstinent, the person who wants to just abstain from dunya deliberately. He is displeased and is pained when he comes across any possession. He doesn't like wealth. He doesn't like riches. He's a Zahid. He decided to practice what the Sufis call Zuhud. In fact, this classification has been made by Imam Ghazali. Zahid, the person who is an abstinent. Number two, the Radi. Radi means somebody who is satisfied with Almighty Allah. This person is indifferent to worldly possessions. He is not pleased when he receives them, and is not grieved when he loses them. So this is the Radi. Whichever situation he finds himself, he is not bothered. He doesn't look for money, and he doesn't avoid money. He's somewhere in between. If he gets money, he's not happy. That is, he doesn't rejoice when he gets money. And when he loses money, he is not sad about it. The third person is the Qani. Qani from the word Qana'a. A Qani is somebody who is contented, who desires to have worldly possessions, but is not actuated by the desires to engage in the acquisition. Meaning that he has Qana'a, he is contented by whatever thing he has. If he has, he has. And the one he has is okay with it. Are you following me? Aha. Then we have number 4, the Harith, the greedy person. Harith, somebody who is greedy, very greedy. He cannot acquire property on account of some disability. For some reasons, he can't have money. But his desire for having money is so strong that he will look for it in any way, and he will go to any length in getting rich. This is the Harith, the person who is looking for dunya, looking for dunya, looking for dunya. And he's looking for dunya, he cannot get it because of certain disabilities he has. Yet, you see that all his life, he keeps running after money, and he hardly gets it, even with all of his efforts. And then the last one, the 5th one, is Al-Mudtar, Mudtar from Darru. Al-Mudtar is someone who is constrained. He is in a state of dire need, such as starvation. This one is completely constrained. He doesn't have, he's in need, and he cannot even struggle.